about football.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
This is the Mazz and Bads Show with Brandon Marrazzo and Charlie Baduini.
What is up, everybody? Your boys are back with another one, the Mazz and Bad Show, coming to you at 6:38 on a Wednesday?
Did we go on chili
Thursday.
after this?
Thursday, thank you. It's a Thursday, my bad. I'm losing track of time all over the place, fellas. But, you know, what a ride it's been here. June 12th, Thursday, to clarify. The final episode of Season 1. We've almost made it a full year. Next week, we'll be 2 days away from, like, the legitimate first episode's release. That will be coming to you, I believe. What date's that, Chucky?
21st.
What, 21st?
The 19th. Yeah, 21st is our official anniversary. The 19th will probably be when the first episode of Season 2 will be recorded. Fellas, what a time. NBA Finals. We'll get into it, but before we get there.
I was like, how ironic is it that our finale of Season 1 is coinciding with the finals?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was the first episode of the Mazz and Bad Show was breaking down the Celtics and the Mavericks in the finals. So it all comes full circle.
Look at that.
And that's why I wanted to take like the time for it real quick of just like it's been like a year since like we've came out on this endeavor, you know, no more safety net. I'll never forget like graduating college. What are we gonna do? Where's this direction going to go? And then, you know, a couple debates here, little disagreements here, a couple of handshakes there, and then boom, we end up with the Mazz and Bad Show. And then a couple of months into it, boom, producer Ann. And now here we are with the original trio and the ever rotating, you know, popping in and out guests. It's just been what a ride, dude. Like the fact that I've always been a part of, hey, let's do a podcast. It's a great idea. Everybody always wants to do it, but we've stuck with it for a year. Did we miss some episodes here and there? Sure. Sue us. We have lives. There's vacations. You know, but like,
hey, dude, 45 episodes in a year. That we only missed like 8 weeks. That's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good is what I'm saying. Like, this trio has been through, I don't want to say like the ringer, but like the trials and tribulations of like, we could have given up in this at any time, you know?
We had live stream too.
Like, things have fallen apart way faster. Like the fact that we got through, we did hit the live stream, we hit tier lists, we hit interviews. Like we've experimented with stuff, man. Like, and we always got the job done. Whether I wasn't able to be here, whether Charlie wasn't able to be here, whether Ant wasn't able to be here. Like it's just beautiful how this thing has blossomed and like all like the events of like the past year that have led us here, the people that we've lost, the people that supported us. Like, man, it's beautiful.
What a moment. Thank you, man. That's beautifully said.
You know?
Let's get right into this now.
I'm getting a little emotional here, guys. Like I got like a little lump in my throat. It's like, holy hell. Like I don't know where this is going. I have no clue. But like the fact that we stuck with this for an entire year, I'm just Chucky, what's your favorite moment of our time doing this?
I think my favorite was probably, I don't know, dude, hitting weekly NFL episodes hits different. Because like going into it every week, like you have like your set, okay, here were the games from Sunday. Here was the game from Monday night, from Thursday night. And then like, I don't know, NFL is just the gift that keeps on giving. Not that I love talking NBA. I love basketball, but it's a little different when it's like so sporadic and there's 3 games this week and then 4 games the next week that, you know, you can't catch every single one of them. NFL, I mean, I know you guys, myself, our asses are parked on the couch. Watching that ish all day, every day.
I forgot to mention Pick'ems. We forgot the Pick'em episodes too. We also have those thrown in there. So not only we had the 42 episodes, we had the Pick'ems episodes. We've had the live stream. Charlie's doing some stuff.
True.
I mean, we've got so much different content that we do during football season.
We experimented with wardrobes, tried going really professional at one time. I've showed up absolutely ridiculous the last episode, so much so I got Charlito's beautiful girlfriend commenting on whether or not if I actually dress like this on the fucking regular, which I think is hilarious. Like, mission accomplished. You know, like, we experiment out here, man. It's over here dressed like a gym douche. Like,
Huh!
I'm outside. What the hell's going on, man?
Dude, it's so funny. We were just on it used to be Bobby Sticks. What's it now?
Bobby and Jay show.
Bobby and Jay show. I know, spell Bobby, you're sure, but the Bobby and Jay show. Shout out Bobby Sticks, Rob Tag. We love you, buddy. I attempted to go outside today. It was that beautiful. connection didn't work. I had to come back in to make sure that we were good. So I apologize to Bobby Six. But Kiara was working, so I couldn't be in here in the first place. Ant, favorite moment.
Oh, put me on the spot.
I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
I think it's the live stream.
That was fun, but I think that was a separate thing from the podcast. I forgot about just the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I like when we go a little experimental with our segments. I mean, I like when we did some tier lists. I like when we go on the off the beaten path and we try to like make a creative idea out of something, that a lot of people are doing at the time. Like I love talking the news. I love talking what's going on. But whenever we do something a little more creative and go outside the box, that's what I love. I love it. I love doing that because I feel like when you can break ground on something new, that's when like you can generate more ideas and get more people to tune in and watch. I love just doing something different.
I hear you, man. Fellas, it's only one moment for me. Only one. Everything's been great. I've loved it. I love the hockey tier list that I was previewing and finally, got out there. I love the interview of Dorian Alert coming through and talking with us. I love the pick'ems. I love the debates. I love.
Oh my God.
Playful manner. I'm getting the heat back at me when I'm just wrong and just I love all of it. Good, bad, up and down. And I hate that it ended up being my take because this is going to sound selfish. But I've never felt like we were fully here doing it until the first time where we got 5,000 views on TikTok with the Josh Allen MVP debate that we did. Like, that was like the first time we're like, dude, I was sending that to everybody. I was like, yo, like something's popping here. I don't know what it is. And like, we've done bigger stuff. Like I just saw 13,000 views on one TikTok video. I think it was like a tier list that like we did. Like there's been more views and like, but that was like the first video where it was like, yo, we were just trying to just get like a couple thousand, and that one just like sparked up to 5K, and I never felt more validated in doing this ever. Whether it was the great opportunities at RHSN that we had, damn, that is a mouthful. The big events like we did, like the Metro Classic, all like the broadcast stuff. Like I don't know what it is. Just this was just us, the crew here, trying to accomplish something, and that was the first time that I felt validated. Where it's like we had no professional help from anybody, but the idiots on screen right now.
Hey, we're professionals.
In the making.
I'm wearing a cutoff T-shirt. I don't know if we're professionals.
Charlie, let's be honest. Dude, like if we're talking like professionalism, like you are the closest thing to a professional that like we kind of got, and I'm the least professional here for the sole fact of Charlie actually works like every day with like a job Monday through Friday, editing, writing like this, and works multiple times throughout the week, broadcasting, PA announcing. Like I'm kind of just here right now taking up space, so but you know what I mean. Like we didn't have like tried and tested professionals of like multi-year like experience. Like this was just us, and it was organic. And if it wasn't for the hard work that Ant puts in, and if it wasn't for the hard work that nobody outworks Charlie Baduini these days, we wouldn't be here, because even for before Ant got here, like Charlie was holding down everything that had to do, which Ant ends up helping taking like stuff off him. But at like the beginning, like we're not here without Charlie Baduini. So my friend, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Mazz. I didn't expect that. I appreciate your appreciation,
bro. It's like, dude, and then you let me put my name first too. Like that was a Charlie Baduini idea. Didn't even want to debate. He goes, we're calling him Mazz and Bads. I went, are you sure? He goes, calling him Mazz and Bads. That's it, dunzo. And it's just like, dude, that was dope. Like, thank you for that. So it's like this is not built without Charlie Baduini. This does not get enhanced without producer Ant. So I just want to thank both of you guys for dealing with me, because I know I'm a friggin' headache.
Well, Mazz, it wouldn't be as entertaining without you. So
I try.
We all got a piece of the pie in here. All right.
What kind of pie is it?
Pizza. It's pizza.
Pizza pie.
We're all Italian. We all got Italian lather. It's gotta be a pizza pie. Come on.
It's a pizza pie.
That's a man. I was thinking about. Hey, what's your favorite type of pie before we continue this?
Like, what do you mean? Like sweet pie or pizza?
Sweet.
I mean, I like a good pumpkin. I'm a good pumpkin pie fan.
That okay.
I like a pecan pie too.
Okay, of course you do.
Pecan or pecan.
Charlie, what you thinking, buddy?
I'm gonna go apple, but for some reason, without doing anything, my laptop switched to my phone camera.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't touch anything. I swear. What
we're
the hell was
having
that?
Charlie vlog time.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the little 45-degree angle, looking like a new stand-up interview. You know,
Hold on.
I'm here, fellas. I'm gonna just hit the pause
Back.
just because Ant's just gonna hit me with it. But Boston cream, phenomenal.
All right, so why are we on that topic of pies, real quick?
Because Charlie said piece of pie, and then I got hungry. To be honest
God,
with you.
man.
Hold on.
All right,
They
fellas.
they make Boston cream pies?
Yeah.
I've never had one of those, and I
Oh.
love those donuts.
Boston cream is my favorite, but Boston cream pie is really good too. It's not like the same as like the donut, but like it's good.
I need to give that a go.
Any pie that's on the table during Thanksgiving dinner, sign me up. Sign me up.
I know I'm down 30 pounds, but I'm still a pie guy. Like I'll eat almost anything. Fellas, speaking of having a slice of the pie, the Indiana Pacers are on the verge of taking the whole damn pie. And I have never felt more wrong in my life. Well, almost more wrong in my life. Nobody's seen this coming. Ant was the only one giving them flowers to begin with, and even he couldn't have seen this coming.
No.
And I refuse to believe that there is anything else happening here. I've said it last episode. I've said it in previous episodes. The coaching is making the difference.
Oh yeah.
I cannot believe that they are on top right now. They by far do not have the better players, in my opinion. They by far should not have the better scoring ability. They shouldn't have the better defense ability. But it's insane, dude. But they're putting things together. The bench help, it seems to be happening more. Like their bench is definitely stepping up bigger in times. And like for every great thing that Shea does, every great thing that OKC does, there seems to be an answer. At least a 2-1 lead right now is looking that way.
And welcome to the Pacers, man. I mean, I was going through the entire conference finals. It's you cannot let up on these guys because they're just going to keep on running right past you. And it's obviously what they're doing to OKC right now. I mean, obviously game 2 was the one that went in the Thunder's favor. But I mean, take a look at game 1. The Thunder were in control that entire game until the last 5 minutes, and the Pacers outran them. Game 3. That one was pretty close the entire way through, but OKC had more gas in the Indiana had more gas in the tank. OKC looked tired last night in that fourth quarter. I mean, you saw guys obviously gasping for air who were, running on fumes. But the one thing that stuck out to me as well was OKC's big 3 of their young guys. SGA's had a real solid series for sure. Hasn't been as elite as I think some people expected him to be. But Chet Holmgren doesn't look like he's ready for the moment. Jalen Williams playing good defense, but shots not falling. So we went from a week ago this time, we went from saying, oh, OKC is winning the series in 5 games. Oh, they're the dominant team of the next decade. Oh, how many championships are they going to have by 2030? To we're now talking, are they ready? Is this team ready to be NBA champions and be that dynasty that we all expect them to be? And it's looking like they're not.
The one thing I noticed in that fourth quarter, and this is something that dates back to last year, when did the Pacers get like insane defensively? I remember a year ago when we were watching this Pacers team, they were putting up historic offensive numbers. They had the best offense in the NBA, but their defense was letting up, 115, 120 a game, and they were trying to just outscore their opponents. This year, especially in this playoff run, what I've been noticing is their defense is phenomenal. TJ McConnell, we got to shout that boy out, man. 3 steals off of an inbound passes last night. He was just electric getting that crowd going in Indiana. The defense, the switches they were making, everybody seemed in sync on the floor. Like there was no real holes within defense. The way they were playing Shea, fantastic. I know Shea still had a good performance scoring wise the first 2 nights, but the way they're just noticing when Shea's getting to his spot, they're already having 2 or 3 defenders just running up and trying to stop him from getting even closer to the basket, and he's having to get that shot up over 2-3 guys. It feels like every possession. Like their defensive switching, everything that they've been working on offensive, they're pushing the pace well. I said this in the group chat last night. Rick Carlisle is having a masterpiece right now in this finals. This is just a masterpiece in coaching, masterpiece in scheming, masterpiece of getting guys to buy into the system. Indiana deserves all the praise that they're getting right now because with the roster that they've built and all of the circumstances that they've had to go throughout this playoff run, they're showing up to the challenges, and they are a team that needs to be talked about as one of the greatest playoff runs we've seen, even if they don't win the finals this year.
It's also just so impressive how deep they are. Like they're legitimately 9 guys deep that give you meaningful minutes in the NBA Finals, which is imagine some teams struggle to find 6. They have 9.
It's just getting great usage, man. Because like those guys, like I still look at like this roster and like nothing jumps out except the effort. The effort is what's coming afterwards. Like everybody is ready to come off that bench. It's just like, yo, like just give me the chance, coach. Like I'm ready to hit like this moment. Now they've rotated throughout like the season, which is great. Like they've been staying hot, but like the guys' confidence once they get in there. An Obi Toppin, I mean, good God, you put that kid in a moment, he's excelling at it. Like it's really impressive. McConnell with the defense, the steals. Mathurin, good God. Like, kids just lighting it up. 26 off the bench. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's just, everybody just seems like willing to capture a moment and then go through like the starting lineup, right? Where it's like, it's not just like Halliburton's good and Halliburton is really, really good. I still don't think he's necessarily like a full blown, like, top 5 star. You're not getting me there yet. Like even like his performance is like, yeah, I like the nickname that they gave him of the moment because he definitely is clutch and definitely capitalizes on big moments. But he is nowhere near like the Steph Curry's, LeBron James, who have you of like the past of like winning finals, right? Like he ain't Kobe, he ain't Mike. Like he's good. He's a really good player, and you can call him a star, but he's not a superstar. But the guys around him are also pretty damn good at basketball. Where it's like, Pascal Siakam, bro, get out of my way. I'm going to drop 20 when we need it. Miles Turner can pop off every now and then. Nembhard, as we've seen, right in threes, like, it's just everywhere like you turn. It's like, oh, there needs to be a big moment happening. Somebody on the Pacers, even if it's off the bench, somebody's willing to step up in that time. And it's just like, you ever hear like it takes like a village to, you know, raise a kid? It takes a village to freaking win a championship too, because it's like, yo, we face star talent. We've outplayed stars at every turn. Outplayed Donovan Mitchell, outplayed Giannis Antetokounmpo, outplayed Jalen Brunson and Cat. Like everywhere you look, they have outpaced, no pun intended, other teams. And it's also like sticking with like that pace theme. This one is intended. They quite literally control the pace of game. Like, oh, you want to speed it up? We could speed it up with it. But then like we're constantly hitting those benchmarks before the Thunder are, where it's like, even if they go down, they don't really panic too much the 2 games that they've won. The one game they just got outclassed, outmatched, like OKC flexed their muscle and it's like, yo, all right, they got us this night. We're going to shut it down because we're going to live to fight another day. We already got the 1 game in hand, and we surprised them with game 1, just being able to come up in a clutch moment. They weren't expecting them to keep with them in like the scoring outburst that was going on there, right? Like they've just done the little things that like, it shouldn't be that complicated, but it's hard. Like, I'm not downplaying their accomplishments. Just, they are quite literally doing everything by, like, the book of, hey, you get some momentum. All right, we're going to lock in on defense. We're going to turn up a little pressure on you, but we're not going to try to get everything back in one moment or the next 2-3 possessions if we go down. Like, they are quite literally cool, calm, and collective in the games that they're winning right now, and it's looking pretty damn good. I mean, 2 out of 3 is never bad, right? I don't necessarily know if I see OKC being able to overcome that right this second, because like Shy's popping off for 25 plus, right? You got Jalen Williams coming in with, what was it,
not 25 plus,
I think
35 plus.
Sure, yeah, my bad. Like, you know, like he's popping off. Average between, like, I'm not like mistaken, but then like even Chet had 20 points last game. Like Williams having, I think it was like 25, 26 if I'm not like mistaken. Like their main guys are scoring. They're still playing some damn good defense. It's just they're getting outplayed and out efficient the other way. Like the one game that they won, it was the rebounding game that like they dominated. But they haven't done that game 1. They haven't done that game 2, game 3, you know? So it's like, I don't know. Like, I've just never felt more wrong about a team like I have in the Pacers, ever. Because I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody outside of Indiana saw this coming. I've said that for weeks, and I'm still standing by it. If they pull this off, it might be the greatest championship ever won in terms of the talent that was on the team that acquired the championship, because they're good, but they're not great, but they're playing great basketball.
It would in fact be the biggest upset in NBA Finals history. Like genuinely, with the odds going into it, Indiana was the biggest underdog. If they do pull off this win, my initial prediction was Thunder in 6, and I guess that's still on the table. But I mean, I don't see Indiana losing 3 straight here. No way. Not with the momentum they've got going right now. And real quick, I don't like that Halliburton nickname. The Moment. That's stupid.
It's a little corny. It is a little corny.
I got 2 better ones for you right now. Number one.
Please don't say the Halliburton.
It's the Halliburton because he terrorizes your favorite basketball team.
But dude, you can't say that in mainstream media. That's why it's never gonna stick.
Okay,
to
all right. So
I saw something online that was insane with that, where it's just like, this is obviously, there's been years that have passed. South Park said once there's 15 years, like, we're good, or 25 years, we're good, right? Where somebody said, it's so ironic because it's OKC and New York. Like, there's been historic terror ties. Like, that's insane that somebody hit that with it. And like, I get for satirical purposes, like, it's just a crazy name, bro. I can't co-sign that one, but like, it does line up. I hear you on that one.
Oh, all right. So that one is a little too edgy. I got a good
as hell, dude.
I got a good mainstream one for you, and I'm surprised I haven't heard anyone use this one. How about the spark plug?
What
Indiana,
the Halley? What the Halley?
The race cars? What the Halley?
What the
The
Halley?
spark plug? Because hey, dude, he's what makes the engine that is the Indiana Pacers run. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Moment's just better for me.
It's so corny.
It gives me shades of like Allen Iverson, like, The Answer.
The Moment.
Yeah, dude, because he's capitalizing on the moments. Like, he's clutch as hell. Like, not the most clutch player in the game, but like, he's been the most clutch player this playoffs, right? Like, we already have a clutch player award. Jalen Brunson absolutely deserved it and proved in the playoffs that he deserves that title. But that does not mean that Halliburton's not clutch. Like, he's coming up in the biggest of moments right now.
He's 4 for 4 in game-winning shots in the playoffs.
Like, insane.
I was about to say, I have a nickname idea. This one might be a little bit corny, but I think it actually makes sense. How about the Nightmare Before Regulation?
No.
Too much of a mouthful. Too much of a mouthful.
You want to know why I say that?
Why?
Because The Nightmare Before Christmas, directed by Tim Burton. Halle Burton.
What the Halley?
It's a little deep there, though. Come on.
No. I boo you. That's one of those where, like, you're smoking weed with your friend. You turn around and you think you asked the most, like,
that's bars. Shut up. No.
Philosophical question.
The
like,
Nightmare
bro,
Before Regulation.
That was you thinking way too much right now. Like, ain't nobody want all that. Like, you thought you're like, no.
Nah, I'm
boo.
deep.
That was
that's actually very good. You guys are just hating.
Bro, you're as deep as the shallow end of a kid's pool. All right, stop it. Like,
I'm as deep as the ocean right now.
Yeah, sure. If the ocean's in a freaking, like, bottle and it says, like, ocean spray on it. Come on, man. Yeah, that was... I didn't know where the hell you were going.
Before...
That's not...
That regulation. It's good.
Listen, we could tier list nicknames down the line. That is an F. That is a goddamn F.
Great mind. How's the spark plug? What's that?
Better than whatever the hell that is for man. Like,
The Nightmare Before Regulation.
Like, I think it's a little corny because, like, Piston, like, I think the Moment's definitely, like, the best of, like, the 3 right now. But Charlie, you are 110% ahead of Ant, and it's not even funny right now. Like, Ant, that was good. God, what in the wannabe Confucius hell was that?
All right, well, we gotta ask the question now. What does OKC gotta do? What do they gotta do to get past this Pacers team?
For starters, they got to go back to the starting lineup that they ran through the West with. I don't know why we're seeing so much less of Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, him and Caruso should be getting more minutes than Kason Wallace, Wiggins, the other Jalen Williams. these veterans, they're both older than a vast majority of the Oklahoma City roster, and they know what it takes to win a championship, or at least Caruso does. Hartenstein hasn't done it yet, but it feels like some of these these Thunder kids, and I say kids as though we're not the same age, or even in some cases I might be older than some of them. But
Kids to me.
yeah,
I'm the
so like
grandpa of the group.
it seems like they start to clam up sometimes in these high leverage, high pressure, high situation moments.
Yeah, Jalen Williams, the younger one, I will say he's been notorious for that in his career. He had a good game in Game 3, but like I feel like most of the time, whenever you watch him play in the playoffs, he just feels like he doesn't rise up to that moment. A little inefficient in shooting. He always brings the defense, but it's just like it can only get you so far. You're supposed to be the number 2 scorer on this 68-win team, and it just feels like most often than not, you're not really showing out. I mean, Game 3 was a good step in the right direction, but see if he can pull that through the rest of this finals run. But I want to see more from him.
Yeah, I think especially like we said, like in Game 2, like you won that game by controlling rebounds. I'm an I Heart guy. Like I want to see him out there. Like I liked him in New York. Like I like the brand of play that he brings. I wish that guy was a Laker. Like I need that guy for my team, you know. And who doesn't want to see just the dude who, hey, I don't need to be a star, but I will get out there and I will like affect it. Like for him to not even be like in the starting lineup, like that just pisses me off. And for him to only be playing like 22 minutes last game, like what are we doing here, man? Like we need to be better. We just need to be better. And he wasn't even in foul trouble. I'm like, maybe he was in foul trouble, but then I remember, like, I was like, I don't even remember him getting a foul. And then, like, boom, not even in foul trouble. Like, I don't know what we're doing in OKC. Like, you have a recipe for success, like Charlie says. Like, you've taken down a T-Wolves team. You've taken down everything else.
The best player in the world.
Yeah, you know, in Jokic. Like, you've taken down everything that the West could throw at you with a certain lineup. Why are you changing up now? Why are we overthinking this now? Like
it's almost like that was going into the series. That was almost like a white flag. Like, oh, we need to adjust to face this. And I'm not saying Indiana's like a juggernaut or anything, but it was like an admission of, hey, we think that they have this over us, so we have to adapt. And I'm sure that gave Indiana a little jab of confidence. You know what I mean?
I think the one thing that we vastly underestimated, at least I did 1,000%, the experience that's going on with Indiana, right? Where it's like, yeah, OKC was in the playoffs last year, but there was no success. Indiana, you know, had some wars and ended up getting pretty damn deep. And then, you know, Pascal Siakam is a champion. Like, a bunch of their guys have been in the NBA for years. And even Halliburton, like, I think he really got tested last playoffs, and I just did not put respect on that.
Not
you know,
only did
like,
they-
experience does matter.
Not only did they get to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, I remember they made it to the in-season tournament. They made it to the final. That as well. They know how to play in these like big environment games, and they're actually very good. They play. I feel like a lot of their guys, like you said, Mazz, earlier in this episode, they just have that mentality of like, we don't want to back down from the moment. We got, you know, it doesn't matter who's across the floor from us. We're going to play our style of basketball, and you're going to have to conform to our style of basketball. We're going to push the pace. We're going to jam that ball right down the court. Maybe we don't even shoot. Frankly, OKC out-rebounded them in Game 3, and they shot better from 3 in Game 3. Didn't matter. The Pacers still controlled the pace of play. And that fourth quarter especially, the Pacers in that last 4 or 5 minutes, the Pacers were doing everything in their power to let OKC get back into that game. They were having dumb fouls. They were turning the ball over. They were doing all these things. But yet they still never blinked in the face of all of that. And they still were able to close out in those last 2 minutes and really pull away. And Obi Toppin, that dunk on that freaking putback, that dude got up there for that one.
Dude, he's a special dunker for sure. Like, it's in games, like, he's a guy that I wish was capable of playing like a bigger moment, because he is fun to watch when he can get going. But like, it comes in spurts and moments, you know. But hey, he's contributing to winning basketball, and honestly, great for him. Like, that's really something I think to, you know, applaud. I just want to see more of that. Like, I wish we could get more consistent, because he's exciting. Like, they don't make exciting players like that all the time. Like, I feel like everybody's just like smooth jumper. I got skill. Like,
He's
you know,
Gerald
I got
Green.
like a little bit of like a handle. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
he's,
yeah. I
Obi
like that.
Toppin is this generation's Gerald Green.
Yeah, you're gonna love him in 2K, and like you're gonna be throwing stuff down, and he's great for the budget, I'm sure. When you're trying to fill out that roster and you're running into cap room hell, like I always do. But yeah, but I just, fellas, I'm not saying that it's over. I'm not saying that I'm still not rocking with OKC, but like I should love this Pacers team more than I do, and I should be appreciating them more than do. So I am gonna start appreciating them. Like I should have been appreciating it after they beat like the Knicks. Like this team is just like you said, and come and get some. Yeah, we're not the biggest names. We don't give a damn if you think we deserve to be all-stars. We don't give a shit about nothing about getting after it and winning this championship. All the other noise doesn't matter. And I'm telling you right now, I've said it. I feel like I've said this phrase multiple times just on this episode. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Rick Carlisle will go down a top 10 coach just off of this alone if he pulls this
And
off.
the Mavericks
Like,
run.
and then you put a factor in the Mavericks coach, the Mavericks coaching job where like even that team, like yes there was Sean Marion, yes there was Jason Terry, what have you. They did have Dirk, and that factors in. Like that was a better team than this Pacers team on paper in my mind. But also like the notorious poster child for not having like a ton of talent and taking down dogs. Where it's like no matter what we want to say about the Bucks being beat up with Dame Lillard not being 100%. No matter what I wanted to say about the Cavs not being 100%. With who was it? I believe Mobley and Garland being out, and I'm missing one more.
Hunter.
Thank you, DeAndre Hunter, being out. Fact of the matter is, they took it to a Knicks team, and they beat them. And that Knicks team, I still don't think should have lost, but they did. Like on paper, those Knicks were juggernauts compared to them. And now here at OKC to be up 2-1, and they've taken the home court advantage. Like it is insane, dude. Like they are the ultimate Cinderella story right now, and Rick Carlisle will probably I will never give you a top 5 list for NBA coaches without Rick Carlisle being solidified in that 5th spot for me if he pulls this off. Ever. I swear to God, I'm stamping that right now. I will forever
this is
put
gonna be
respect on
Jimmy
it.
Butler 2.0. Like Jimmy.
It's not Jimmy Butler 2.0 because let's think of the great coaches that have been out there for a second, right? I know I just took us down a rabbit hole we never intended going down to tonight, but let's think about it. You have Phil Jackson, right? You have Pat Riley. You have Greg Popovich.
Red Auerbach.
No disrespect to I don't even have this in order right now because I think Pop is second. And I love The Godfather, but I think Pop is second. Sure, Red Auerbach, and then you can get into the Jerry Sloans. You can get into even the Eric Spoelstras or the Steve Kerrs, but if we're talking talent for talent. It's hard to win 2 championships. I went on a whole tangent about how winning 1 championship isn't enough to tell me that you're a great coach. Winning 2 championships in this fashion with this talent level, and let's not act like Rick Carlisle has blown, talent after talent over the years. He never really had that great of stacked teams. He's had talent, but it was never yo, this is absolutely the favorites and he's wasted it or they're just not doing enough type thing.
No, those late 2000s Mavericks probably should have won another one. When they had Dirk.
I don't know about that.
They had some stacked teams those years. They were winning 65,
but even
66 games.
Are you talking after the championship?
Before.
Before?
The 06 when they lost to the Heat.
And Carlisle was the coach then?
Yeah. Carlisle was the coach of the Mavericks for a
But hold
long
on,
time.
I'm sorry, even that Heat team, Shaq and D Wade, they probably shouldn't have won that. Then you have Kobe's Lakers coming through with Powell, they're not winning that. LeBron takes over, they sure as hell ain't winning that. So where would you have liked them to get something popping? And even coming out of the West, OKC back then with Durant, Harden, Russ,
What,
where were
06,
they going?
07?
The Spurs. No. The later ones, like you're saying, the late 2000s.
Yeah, 06, 07, 08. Yeah.
Took that job in 08, so
Okay, Spurs were still popping at that time too, right? So it's who would you there's just better teams that I'm thinking of other than that Mavs team. I don't think that was per se wasted, I think he did more than what he should have with that team, in my personal opinion, with that franchise, right? And now here we are again doing way more than we ever thought he should have with the Pacers. That's why if you ask me for my top 5, it will be I don't care if it's recency bias. I'm just looking historically and with context of what he's had and who he's had to go against. This guy takes down murderers row, bro.
This was his first year as a head coach with the Mavericks. This was his team. He had Dirk, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Jerry Stackhouse, JJ Barea, Gerald Green,
Right.
and they had Brandon Bass. Remember Brandon Bass?
Oh, yeah. Do you think any of that was better than what the Spurs or Lakers were bringing out at that time?
Probably not.
Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, dude, so that's why you could, like I said, you could call it recency bias. I'm putting respect on that man's name because I've been disrespecting his damn franchise past 2 years. Past 2 years I've been disrespecting this franchise. I just looked at them as a potential Miles Turner. Come on over to LA. Like, that's literally the extent that I've looked at the Pacers. And now here we are, and it's like I'm gonna give people their flowers when it's due, and it's past due for these guys, I think. Anybody disagree?
2 more wins.
No.
2 more wins. Game.
Oh, let me ask you.
tomorrow.
Let me ask you guys. What is the series prediction now? I started with Thunder in 6, and if you had to pick now, I think I'd probably go Pacers in 7.
I got Pacers in 7 too. I was about to say Pacers in 7.
Yeah.
I feel like the series goes to 7, and I think they go back to OKC, and it's just gonna be another one of those freaking late game Tyrese Halliburton. 20 seconds left, down 1 shot to give him the win in the finals.
Bro, I need an NBA Finals Game 7. I need it.
Dude,
I'm
it's
going
been
to be-
almost a decade.
Such a bastard right now. Because I just went on this whole montage of giving them their flowers, this and that. Like, I still think it's OKC in 7.
Well, to be fair, Mazz, OKC is still heavily favored to win the series. It's neg 250, I believe it is. I checked today.
That's wild.
So
And here's my thought process with it, right? Where it's like, how many big shots can Halliburton actually hit? I know these games are going to be close. Like, if anything, it's going to get turned up right now, right? He's 4 for 4. Like, how many times can he hit? Like, this is, if we're just talking statistically, like, that's going to be really hard. And I do think that there's things that OKC has in the bag that has worked for them that they're just refusing to use, and they're absolutely going to go to that. Like, they won game 2 in such a dominant fashion that it's like they showed what they're capable of when they're hitting on like their cylinders, right? So it's like if they could just find, not even, it doesn't have to be that fashion, but if they just get a piece of what they had in game 2, like, they are the better team on paper. I've said they are the Pacers on steroids. I negated what's the word? Experience. Like I said, however, the talent is over here. And it's not like it's just talent and they're not dogs. These are dogs. They were the number 1 seed in the West 2 years in a row.
68 win team.
And as Charlie said, they took down the best player on the planet. And it's not like he had no help, Jamal Murray's a hell of a damn playoff riser and a guy that I like to watch. Aaron Gordon, unfortunately, was banged up like that last game, but he was still there for like the majority of the series. Michael Porter Jr. seems like a waste of space right now, but he's also injured, and I'll give him that, So it's like, and, the Nuggets had their turmoil, is what it is, but then they come to the T-Wolves and dominate. Like, it wasn't even a series, right? Like, this is a team that I do think that they've taken down the better teams over like the course of like these playoff series from the East and the West. And like I gave Indiana like their flowers, but I still think that the better talent had to be run through the West, and those teams were relatively healthy compared to the teams in the East. So it's just like, just being completely unbiased, I don't give a damn who wins this, because if Halliburton and the boys win it, that's insane. It's the greatest Cinderella story of all time. If Shea and them boys win it, they deserved it. They've been doing this for 2 years, right? Either way, I don't care, but like, just being completely analytical about it. Like, if I had to put money on it, if I like gun to my head right now, I still can't go away from OKC and just what I know. They lose this next game, you'll catch me flip flopping and apologizing profusely. Like, I'm a man. Like, it is what it is. But I just, logically speaking, everything in my mind is telling me, Mazz, stick to your guns, because you already wavered on the Lakers, thinking you were right the entire damn time. Do not do it again. Do not play yourself. I still think it's OKC in 7.
Well, you say still, but before the series, I'm sure you didn't have OKC in 7.
No, I think I had OKC in. Did I? I don't know if I said gentlemen's. I thought I said 6. Somebody check that. It was either 5 or 6. It was not a sweep. I know that.
We can go back and check later.
I think it was
Yeah,
5.
it was either
no,
5.
I think it was 5. I think it was gentlemen's, because I think you said the Pacers are going to steal one at home. One of those games, it's going to be OKC in 5. I think that's what it was.
No, we got a series now. We 100% got a series. Like,
It was a series
and-
after game 1.
sure. But I'm not. Well, I don't know about that because I saw game 2 and I was like, I think there was the one like that. Maybe that was the one. And then
You
they
could've
come
made the
back
case.
and they took the punch.
You could have made the case, oh, game 1 was fluky just because the
Bottom
Halliburton
lacking.
shot and yeah, like, but I mean, yeah, no, at this point it's anyone's game.
Like I expect, like game 2 went down exactly how I expected. Game 1 caught me off guard, where it's like, whoa, I did not think they were gonna take them that lightly. Did not think I know it was gonna be like a feeling out process. I did not think they were gonna take them that lightly. I did not think that Halliburton was gonna end up in the position to hit a shot like that, and then he capitalizes on the moment, and that's a great job. But game 2, I was like, yo, they gotta come back. They gotta come back and flex, and they did in dominant fashion. But then we come back to game 3, and it's like, yo, Indiana said, all right, yo, we're just gonna meet the marks. We're not gonna overthink this. And like, I didn't see that coming. I thought OKC was gonna be able to play. Like, I was watching this game that whole time, and I was just like, it was somewhere halfway through the 4th where I went, oh damn, I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull this off. But the entire time I'm like, yo, they got this. Like, they literally got this. Like, I know they're down like 3-5 points somewhere, like going in between like that range, but they're still like keeping, I hate saying it, pace with the Pacers, And I was just like, yo, like they're eventually gonna jump into it. Just never happened. And then 6 turnovers from Shea, just questionable like decisions where it's just like, why isn't guys like Hartenstein getting more minutes? You're sacrificing big bodies, this and that. Like maybe Chet shouldn't be out there as long as he is. Maybe Caruso deserves more, which is hilarious because I was screaming that Caruso was getting way too much minutes for like the Lakers. But it's like there's certain moments where like you gotta use these guys. Like you're sacrificing your defense from them not being out there.
What's with you and
Like,
white guys on the Lakers, man?
what's up?
What's with you and white guys on the Lakers?
It just so happens to be. It's not. It has nothing to do with white guys on the Lakers because
I'm
I love Luka Doncic, right? But it's like it's hilarious that like you say that because like I've been hit with that with jokes from like friends before. It's like, yo, Mazz, what's with you not liking the white guys on the Lakers? It's just like, dude, they're overrated. That's my problem. At the time, like, yes, Alex Caruso plays great defense, but he was an offensive liability, and we were already having offensive struggles, and it's like. Defense was already good no matter who the hell was out there. Like, do we really need more defense right now? Like, no, I need somebody that can hit a goddamn 3. Alex Caruso could not hit a 3 in LA the way that he's hit for OKC these years, right? So, well, this season, I should say, right? He just got there like last year. So this season, like I've seen Alex Caruso hit some shots where he was never capable of hitting that. And it's like Austin Reeves is so bad at defense, and we literally need defense now. Where it's like, no, I don't always want to see him out there. And you want to talk about like efficiency? Like, yeah, my man's throwing up 20 points, and it's 42% at best. So
Caruso?
No. Reeves, Austin Reeves.
Oh, Reeves.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Kyle Kuzma
we
was
moved
throwing
on.
up empty stats. Like I got a laundry list of Lakers guys that were pissing me off.
Still are.
Well,
Sure. Right now, and I love Luka. Don't get me wrong. Thank you for coming. I hope you stay, but play some goddamn defense and stop being a bitch when you're not having your shot fall and you're not getting calls. Like, good God, do something. You're supposed to be a top 5 player. I've taken us down way too far of a side street. Charlie, where do you want to go?
yeah, that was my next question. Do we have any other final thoughts on the finals, or are we good until next week?
I still don't blame Shea for this. It's not Shea's fault.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm not trying to squarely place the blame on him. I don't think he's played like he hasn't had an A+ series so far.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's to this level because this was one of the best levels to ever happen to. But this is reminding me of LeBron with the Cavs when they were healthy. Where it's like, there's no injuries, there's no excuse. And LeBron was way better than Shea is. I'm not arguing that, right? But it's like, I do see it as, for the most part, he's doing every damn thing right. It's everybody else that I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, lock in here. Like, do something. Where's the rotations? Like, I'm not trying to make excuses for Shea. Like, I really don't think Shea's the biggest problem going out there. And I really, like, yes, 6 turnovers is a problem.
The
like,
defense the defense is zeroing in on him. And he's putting up 30 shots, and he's still getting 36, 38-point games. Like, he's doing what he can with what he's been given. And I just think right now the rest of the Thunder need to step up. Rotation's got to be better from Dagnall. It's got to be better.
Yeah, but
and I think Jalen Williams has to step up and be that second scorer. He didn't game 3. It didn't work out, but I still think if
like,
they
you
play the game.
you can't blame LeBron for the Cavs losing ever during those times. Ever. I consider, dude. I've been a LeBron hater
he was the
since I
best
was
player
a
on the planet.
child. Sure. Well, yes. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Shay's the second best player on the planet.
Exactly. Right now. Yeah, absolutely. Shay's absolutely the second best player on the planet right this second in the NBA. But it's like you're looking at it, it's like, yo, this guy's doing everything right, and it's
No. Give me Shay.
Nah, give me Shay. Give me Shay.
Giannis.
Didn't your list have Shay in it when we did that? As 2? So why
What
does it not give
changed?
you Giannis?
What changed?
That was
Because the
that
New
was-
York,
that
New
was in-
York might be getting Giannis. Is that it?
that
Is
was
what you're
in
hitting me
that
with
was
right
in
now?
February. That was in February. Times have changed. Times have changed.
He was still the number 1. He's winning playoff series. Like he's doing a better job against the Pacers than Giannis did. Like, you know.
Got a better
Look
team
what-
than Giannis did, but
It's-
that's fine.
okay.
But this
I'll
team's
give you
not
that. I'll
playing
give you that.
good. His team is not playing good.
I'll give you that, but it's like, Chucky, is the Giannis love coming because Giannis to New York's heating up right now?
No, I'm saying this because Giannis, while they both have MVPs, Giannis has proven to be a number 1 championship option. He was a Finals MVP. Let's see if Shea can get to that level.
Okay. I hate that. That is the worst championship ever won for me, dude.
Oh,
Ever.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Ever. Oh my God, the worst one. But I can't blame Shea at all, man. Like somebody else got to step up.
He gets some. He does get some criticism. He gets some criticism.
Yeah, no, 6 turnovers is unacceptable in the finals.
Yeah, for sure. I will blame him for
But
that.
outside of, but even those 6 turnovers, like I'm still in like a B plus territory for him, like averaging out, like, you know, especially game. You give him an A plus for game 2. I think, you know, you can give him a, I'd say I think his lowest he's been is a B minus. I think I'm at a B plus, A minus for how Shea's been, and that's just because they're not getting the results. But I don't think it's his fault, you know. But I also factored in the turnovers that happened last game, so it's like, you know, is he perfect? No, but is there way other things that need to shape up before him? Hell yes. Thank you.
All right. Now let's move on.
What's next? We doing a finals tier list? Are we doing keep it with basketball for a little bit here?
Do we want to talk about the Knicks to Giannis heating up?
It's not heating up, dude. Yeah, honestly, at this rate, I don't think Giannis is getting traded. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I think we're.
You have to.
Why? Why does he have to?
You have to. What do you got working? Like, clearly what you built's not working. Like, I love Dame, but dude, blood clots are a weird thing, right? And like, there's nothing else that has trade value outside of Giannis. So, like, do you want to just like, and the Achilles? I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that because blood clots are so concerning, you know. So it's like Dame's. There's no. I love Dame, but like that stock has plummeted right now. That is not me hating on Dame. I wish him nothing but the best. Ant's favorite player, a player that I enjoy watching. Charlie, you enjoy watching. I'm pretty sure. Like, you know, like we love Dame Lillard. Like, there's some people we don't like on this podcast. Let's just be honest. Like, we all have our guys. Like, sometimes we're in agreement. Some guys that we think are bums. I hate on Austin Reeves more than I probably should. Like, there's guys where it's just like they don't get the love from us, right? Dame Lillard has never been that guy, right? But the stock has plummeted. You look at everything else going around. Chris Middleton is gone. What has value right now? Gary Trent? Are you kidding me? You want to hit me with Bobby Portis?
Brooke Lopez?
Is Brooke Lopez even playing next season? Is he playing next season? I don't think so.
Potentially.
You know, so it's, I don't know.
He's,
I have no
he's an
clue.
impending free agent.
You know?
Well, how old is he now? Like 37, 38?
He's old.
I have no clue. Like, there's no value on the Kyle Kuzma. Is that the value? Like,
He's
man.
he's a trade filler. That salary filler that you can trade.
Yeah, like outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo,
So, but
I mean,
but here
there's not much value going on here.
But here's the problem. The Milwaukee Bucks don't have any of their own draft picks. So even if you say, okay, let's strip it down to the studs, let's trade Giannis for a haul, let's trade Kyle Kuzma for a bag of chips. Even if you're tanking, you don't have your draft picks, so there's nothing to tank for. So they want to still compete. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense for them.
But hold on, I could acquire other draft picks with Giannis.
Yeah, but other draft picks that you can't control. So like, what are you tanking for?
Mm. Yeah, I guess you're right. That's
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I
you got me there. You got me
I
there.
really the only way that the Bucks trade Giannis is if he demands a trade, and that is yet to have happened. Now it's early on in the NBA offseason. It's what is it? It's June 12th. The draft's at the end of the month. I mean, by the time Kevin Durant gets moved, and maybe Giannis is like, okay, I want to go here, but at this point, at this rate, it's kind of feeling like he's going to be staying in Milwaukee at least one more year.
But you can't let him walk for nothing.
You literally have to gauge
Well,
that. Is what I was
he's got
just about
he's
to
got
say.
2 years left on his deal. 2 years
Yeah.
left.
And this
Yeah,
is the
you
peak
gotta
value to
gauge
trade
that.
him. Two years on a deal is still the peak value of when you want to trade him. You don't want to
You
wait till
imagine-
he's in a contract year to trade him.
You look at what was given for Mikal Bridges. You look at what was given for Jimmy Butler. I'm just naming like other guys, like just
Good
big
Doncic.
trades that like happens. Luka Doncic, right? What the hell would a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo with 2 years of control look like?
6 firsts and 3 players.
Dude, that's like screw the rebuild. You're 75% of the way off of that with the value that I'm thinking of.
Well, I
And
know
it's not-
the Lakers are also
he's in
involved
his
in the
prime.
Giannis trade talks too.
I don't know how that happens without LeBron James being that marqueed by the Bucks. How does that happen? We have no assets. I'll give you Austin Reeves, Roy Hachimura, and whatever the hell else you want,
Dalton
short of
Knecht.
Luka Doncic. I'll give you whatever you want that's not named Luka Doncic, but the money, everything does not fit without a LeBron James being that coveted on top of everything.
And then the problem there is LeBron's got a no trade clause, so he's not. And I guarantee he doesn't want to go to Milwaukee. So
Yeah. So it's like I would want it to happen so bad. It's just it seems impossible.
To me,
However, I
there-
never thought Luka Doncic was gonna get traded, so anything's possible. Am I right?
Yeah,
me, there's only two
There's no
teams
Nico
that-
Harrison.
to me, there's only 2 teams that can put a legitimate package together for Giannis, and that's the Spurs and the Rockets.
I was gonna
The
say
only
Wes
two.
Houston.
Yeah, the Spurs and the Rockets are the only 2 that can like. They have a bevy of young players. They have draft picks that they can send and not have the cupboard bare. Like you said, Mazz, if the Lakers are trading for Giannis, there's no bench. If the Knicks trade for Giannis,
missed a team.
you're filling a starting. You got to fill another starting lineup spot, and you got to add to the bench still. It's to me, it seems like I think as of right now, I would say Giannis is going to be a Milwaukee Buck come opening night next season.
I actually am kind of leaning Houston, but I think you missed a team. Like I like the 2 teams that you picked. You forgot the third Texas team in Dallas, where like
Dallas is not trading the number 1 pick, dude. They're not.
I don't think they are either. But like they could if they wanted to.
But they're not.
They could. You never know. Maybe they don't even have to. Maybe they don't even have to. Maybe they say Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, deuces. I don't know. I wouldn't, but you never know. You literally never. You literally might. I wouldn't trade the number 1 pick just because like what it could be, and it's like, yo, you can compete to win right this second and have your cake and eat it too with like if he develops and potentially face of the league, whatever. Like it's the number 1 overall pick. You have no clue. Kid's 6'9". He's a freak and he's a psychopath. So like he's gonna be a hell of a competitor, right?
What about the Clippers?
I don't know what their draft capital looks like, but I assume it's not great.
Oh, I know where it all
Like-
is. It's
like they're
in
always
OKC.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, for
So
sure.
like,
For PG.
But it's like if Dallas legitimately wants to like, yo, like Kyrie, Davis, Giannis, like that might be 2 chips right there potentially.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what these guys are thinking.
Shams has come out and said this is going to be the craziest NBA offseason that we've ever seen.
I can't wait.
Which
Well,
that
think
could,
about it.
That could just be smokescreen and just trying to get people hyped up for the summer.
No,
but
I think where there's smoke, there's fire. Kevin Durant is gone. This is one of the top 3 players in the NBA, historically speaking, over the past 10 years. All right? Like, this is still a marquee name when it comes to the league. Giannis Antetokounmpo, there's a legitimate 50-50 shot whether he's on the move. Right there, just those 2. That beats out a ton of windows that we've seen in past, just like having those level of names moving, right? Like the last time like you saw that, like LeBron went to the Cavs even before that happened. Like, dude, it's like those that would be huge. You know, like the last time Kawhi Leonard going to the Clippers and Kevin Durant going to Brooklyn, I think was like the last time like that we were this big of names on the potential move platter here, you know? And then
And then
you're
yeah,
factoring
and then
in
you
what
have,
would
you
have
have
to be traded for
Kyrie.
that.
The Paul George trade was that summer too. That
Mhm.
was I think it was summer of 2019.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So
Summer of
hazy.
2018 going into the 2019. Yeah, okay.
I don't
Or,
know.
yeah.
Everything, dude, COVID just has destroyed my memory. Everything pre-COVID just feels like 2005. But it's not,
So
obviously.
before we move off basketball real quick,
Yeah.
can we quickly touch on the Knicks being that drunk guy at the bar, just knocking on every possible, hey, you want to come home with me? To Jason Kidd, Billy
Ime Udoka.
Donovan, Ime Udoka, Quinn
Quinn Snyder.
Snyder,
We're
just
missing one.
Chris Finch,
There it
all
is.
these
They're going
coaches.
every team, every single
The only
team.
ones, how come they haven't done Eric Spoelstra yet, or Steve Kerr? Like, why not just like swing for the fences? You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're going to, why the hell not, right? Like, you're
Why
already
not?
like
In my
to
defense,
ask
like,
about.
sorry, yeah.
Go ahead in your defense.
No, I was like, why are you going to other teams and trying to just poach their coaches? Like, what would give you the fact that what would give you like the idea that those teams would be like, yeah, take our coach, absolutely, take him right off our hands.
So first and foremost, I understand Atlanta. I don't know why you want him, but I understand Atlanta. They ain't going nowhere, right? I understand Chicago. They ain't going nowhere. I don't know why you want Billy Donovan. Charlie's disagreed with me off camera
I like Billy
before when we
Donovan.
were talking. He's a Billy Donovan guy, and I get it. But like for what you need, like I don't know if that's it. Like I even understand knocking on Dallas for Jason Kidd because like there was a rift looking like a rift between him and Nico Harris because of
Luka trade. He was not involved
exactly, you know, so like I could see him being pissy, like wanting a change of scenery, like that relationship breaking apart, and then be like, yeah, sure, we'll take some compensation to get out of that contract, like because we're just not working here. But now it's also they just got the number 1 overall pick. He still has Anthony Davis, who should have Kyrie Irving to work with. Like I understand why he wants to stay, but I understand knocking on the door and just checking the temperature. Boy, if you thought you were getting Chris Finch or Ime Udoka, good God, what the hell? Like, dude, they were just on their own playoff runs. That ain't going nowhere. These guys just got to those locations and are having success. If you think that the T-Wolves or the Rockets were ever splitting with those guys, what are you going to give up? A first-round draft pick for a coach? Are you smoking? Like, maybe, I guess. Like, is it worth it? Like, I don't know, dude.
I mean,
like,
the
I'm
Clippers
telling you.
traded for Doc Rivers after he just made a finals appearance. It's not like it's totally out of the realm of possibility. It's happened before.
Well, hold on. They traded for Doc Rivers.
2012. Or 2011 or 2012. Still, it's within 2 years of a finals appearance.
Well, hold on.
Doc didn't have the reputation that he has now.
I'm almost positive it was 2 years and they blew the team up, did they not?
At that point, no.
Yeah,
I still think KG was still there.
KG Paul Pierce.
It was 2013 that KG Paul Pierce and Jason Terry went to Brooklyn.
You know, I mean, they ended up, you know, hitting like the reset button and like, it is what it is. Like Doc, yes, 2 years like removed, sure, but
again, even if you blow up your team, if you still feel like your coach is a championship winning coach, you wouldn't trade him away.
I could see like things souring with Doc though, you know. So it's like clearly things have not soured with Ime Udoka. They haven't like they just got there. It's not like they've been there and like this relationship's starting to feel stale. They just got in the damn building. Chris Finch, like what, 2-3 seasons ago? Ime Udoka, like 2 seasons ago. Like there's no way that thing soured that fast when they're literally competing in the what's it called, in the playoffs. Like, you know, they just met their matches in other teams.
I think it's about like feelers, because obviously, I mean, we're not children. There's tampering. I mean, every year with free agency and coaches and whatnot.
Yeah.
Everyone's so like I feel like it's almost kind of like a feeler saying, "Hey, we've got interest in you. If you have interest in us, please text us back."
But you know what? Like,
I don't know.
I think you're also doing like a disservice to the guys that you're probably going to end up with, where it's just like I'm literally feeling like not only am I not feeling like the number 1 option, now I'm not feeling like even your top 5. because you've already acquired about 5 other damn coaches to see if they were available, and you were willing to give up trade assets where it's like, I'm here, you can sign me for the free. We just got to work out a number. With those guys, you had to work out a number and give up compensation, and so that would kind of piss me off personally, but it is what it is. I still stand by it's going to be Johnny Bryant. I know you're proud of me for finally getting that down. I still think that it's I don't think he's a bad move. I just think he's not the right move for what they need right this second. It's a good long-term investment, and it might pan out, but I'm telling you, you have the guy. I stand by it. Taylor Jenkins should be the next Knicks head coach. This is what the Knicks need. But I've already spent too much time on that last episode.
And here's the last point I'll make is what's working in the Knicks' favor. If there were 4 or 5 other openings around the league and the Knicks were wasting their time doing this kind of thing, I'd be upset. But they're the only head coach opening right now. There's 29 of 30 teams have that job filled. Knicks are the only one. Take your time. Canvas the league. Cast as wide of a net as you can, because obviously the goal here. Go talk to Danny Hurley. Give him a call. See if he'll come down from Connecticut to New York City. But
I'm so proud of you for that one. Everybody always I know so many people where it's like, oh, come on up from Connecticut. No, it's down. New York City is down from Connecticut.
Very slightly down, but that's
one of my biggest pet peeves.
Geographically correct.
I always say I'm going down to Florida. I'm not going up to Florida. I'm going up to Connecticut when I'm visiting family there. I like my geography correct. I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the Cincinnati Bengals?
Hit me, Ant. Hit me. It's Ant's belt to ass the Cincinnati Bengals to their players' bank accounts.
The Cincinnati Bengals to their title hopes. To their title hopes.
I was going to say to their player relations.
I'm sorry. I can't understand. We're taking the belt out. I can't understand this stupid front office that's going on up in Cincinnati right now. You have quite possibly one of the best offenses on paper in the NFL. Joe Burrow was an MVP candidate last year. Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver in the NFL. You just re-signed T. Higgins. Offensive line could use a little bit of work, but on paper, in terms of skill players, one of the best. They were dropping the most points in the league through the first 10 weeks of the NFL season, but they were still under 500 because their defense was horrible. So what did they do in this offseason? Oh, their one really good edge rusher, Sam Hubbard, retires. That wasn't expected. Their second edge rusher, who led the NFL in sacks last season, is looking for an extension. What do? You piss him off in your negotiations, and you make him hold out, and now he doesn't know if he wants to re-sign with Cincinnati, and now you're potentially going to lose probably one of the top 3 edge rushers in the NFL to free agency next year. Okay, that's bad enough, right? I'm just painting you a picture. That just sounds bad enough. Just you lost your 2 best defensive players, both your edge rushers, in one offseason potentially. All right, let's go out in the draft and let's get Shemar Stewart out of Texas A&M. He's a good prospect, first-round guy. He definitely has a good future ahead of him in the NFL. Okay. Let's negotiate his rookie contract. But what we're going to do in this rookie contract negotiation is we're going to say that if you get injured during the length of your rookie contract, we're going to void all the guaranteed money that we're going to give to you. What the hell are you doing? Are you that cheap that you can't pay $6 million that the rookie contract's going to get for the duration of that year? Are you that cheap? I get it. You have to pay Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, and Trey Hendrickson. I get it. But you're an NFL franchise. If you cannot pay your rookie contract guy the $6 million that he needs to be paid if he's injured, you're potentially missing out on a prospect because you want to feel like you're winning the argument. That's what Shemar Stewart came out and said the other day. This is an NFL franchise, and they're nickel and diming their rookie guys that they're just getting in, and they're trying to just set precedents that don't need to be set. It's ridiculous. Cincinnati is in a win-now moment. Their offense is one of the best on paper, and they're just doing everything in their power to destroy their defense by doing these stupid little nickel and dime things. And I just frankly think that there's definitely something they're not telling us in Cincinnati in terms of their financial troubles. They must be hemorrhaging money with all these contracts that they're giving out. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Two things. The explanation has always been the same for the Bengals. They're an old money franchise. They're a founding franchise that aren't a new group of ownership. The CEO isn't the owner of Walmart. You know what I mean? It's not Woody Johnson who's CEO of Johnson Johnson Pharmaceuticals. The Browns, it's kind of like Mazz. I remember you talking about this with the Lakers. The Bus's only income is the organization. The Steinbrenners of the Yankees, their only income is the organization. This new era of sports franchise owners have other businesses that they were able to acquire enough money to spend, in some cases, $6 billion on the Denver Broncos or the Los Angeles Rams. You know what I mean? The Bengals have always been one of those cheaper franchises that aren't able to give out the max money extensions. They aren't able to splurge like some other teams are. Second thing, the problem with the Shemar Stewart, this situation is the rookie contracts aren't really negotiable. The pay scale is set. Every draft pick is allotted a certain amount of money that they're owed based on where they're drafted. I think the conversation with the negotiations, and I remember this because it happened with the Jets and Zach Wilson when they drafted him. It's about like you said, Ant, the injury guarantees, right? So how are you, like you said, Ant, not going to pay your first round edge rushing rookie? Just give him the injury guarantee, give him the clause, give him the safety, the protection. It's how hard could it be? You know what I mean? Like, you're not adding more money to the equation. You're not taking money away from the equation. It's just we're gonna allot this amount of money here in case he gets injured and can't play this many games. You know what I mean? It just seems so. The Trey Hendrickson you can excuse a little bit. You can excuse that a little bit because it's a contract extension with a veteran, a player that set amount of money is different for each negotiation. But yes, the rookie thing, that's embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing.
And the fact of the matter is, you're not only losing Shemar Stewart potentially because he's definitely not going to want to play for you. There's talks about him maybe even holding out and potentially getting drafted next year. But you're losing the locker room. You don't think the other players in the locker room, the veterans, are seeing this right now and they're saying, "Wow, our ownership group is kind of trying to fuck us." They're not really trying to even vouch for us at all. They want to just nickel and dime our first round rookie. What's going to happen to me if this situation happens to me? It sets something in the locker room that even the guys I've been hearing, they're supporting Shemar Stewart in this. They're they see what's going on. They don't blame Shemar for this. They're going to support him in what he's trying to accomplish right now because they all think this is kind of BS. The ownership group is just doing a bad job of handling everything here in Cincinnati. You're risking a lot. You're risking your defense, which is already one of the worst in the NFL last year, and you're risking the trust of your team that you're trying to win a championship with.
Well, let's just take it a step further. I hate to pile on, but hey, you guys aren't wrong here. First and foremost, Charlie, let's go back to let's start with the rookie and we'll work our way up the ladder. All right. First and foremost, Sam Hubbard's retired and you didn't see it coming. You already got that money off the books. It's gone. It's finito. He's retired. You're not paying that, right? So that's off the books. That's freed up. That's found money that we didn't think that we were going to have that we can now use to other places. As you said, not only is that contract basically structured, and don't think that the NFL owners didn't have anything to do with that when they came to these damn agreements with the players union and everything else, right? But this favors teams. Rookie contracts favor teams. The control of the player and everything. And for every time that I've also said, hey, if you're not going to play for the franchise that drafts you, we should blackball you from the league. If you're not going to pay the guy that you friggin' drafted, you just screwed not only the kid's career, the entire draft for the entire league because somebody was going to value him, right? So you should absolutely have to pay that guy. Screw your guaranteed money. What the hell did you draft him for if you were that concerned about the injuries? Not that there's a crazy history with Stewart to worry about. We would have heard about that in the draft profile, right? So it's for the love of God, what the hell are we thinking here? You have the open money. That should be the guy that should be like the easiest one to sign because there's not much of a negotiation going on. We already were allocating for that. If you didn't want to pay it, why didn't you trade the pick and get compensation for it, for crying out loud? Like, I do not understand the thought process going on here. Secondly, there's a goddamn salary cap. You know you can't spend more than this money. No matter what, you have to be able to meet these parameters because this is what the most that you can pay. Like, to be hemorrhaging money. If you're hemorrhaging money that bad, hey, guess what? Your old money, there's no new money that you could just throw into. This isn't MLB where you could just throw whatever the hell you feel like after it. Like, there is set rules for these situations so that it's a level playing field. And if you're hemorrhaging money, here's an idea. You need to invest in the only thing that you have as a damn family, company, whatever, and that's your on-field product because that's where you're making all your money from. So why are you like hindering yourself from getting better, especially the one part of the ball that like you need more than anything? Like that offense is so good. You could sacrifice trading a T. Higgins already. Like T. Higgins is not going to single-handedly win you a damn championship. We've already seen other guys step up and like, yo, maybe could be a number 2. And like teams all the time trade away their number 2 pieces when it's coming down to the, yo, do we keep the number 1? Do we keep the number 2? Like those decisions happen all the time. Or we literally saw Dallas say, yo, Amari Cooper walk. We have CeeDee Lamb. Like if you can't afford to keep both of them, if you're that concerned, trade that, get the money off the books, and then go invest in the defense because you have the quarterback to take you to a Super Bowl, I believe. You have, like Ant said, you can tell me about Justin Jefferson. I'll tell you about CeeDee Lamb myself. Make no mistake about it, Ja'Marr Chase is the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL right this second. You know, like you have the pieces on offense, like to the fact that we are nickel and diming the defensive side, and not only just the rookie, the crown piece, the only damn person who did anything for you of noteworthiness on the defensive side ball. You don't want to pay that man to compensate. It's like, dude, for the love of God, at least get the rookie deal done. Like, if you can hash that out, like we see that all the time. The fact that you're trying to get the best on both players, it just screams pathetic to me. Like, good God, you don't see me come at the Bengals often. You don't see me talk about the Bengals often unless, like, hey, something's really good going on or something this bad is going on. We talked about them last year, positive for whether or not Joe Burrow should be in the MVP race. He had a phenomenal season on his own. We love talking about the fantasy for them because Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins are just known targets for that. And, like, they're just great guys in terms of, like, their performance and like, having admiration for that. But then we really don't, it's like we're constantly sitting here bashing on the damn Bengals. Like, this is absolutely deserved, and the fact that we're wasting this much time on them for this is so pathetic to me. Not because we should never talk about the Bengals, but just because this is something that should never be happening in the damn first place. It's that ridiculous.
This is the NFL.
Yeah, it's
man.
pretty stupid.
You know?
I just wanted to kind of illustrate or illuminate what Ant said earlier is literally what Shemar Stewart can do is he can hold out this year and then his name would re-enter the 2026 draft and then the Bengals will have just lit a first round pick on fire.
Good.
Which is just seems so silly. Like why like I don't think it's going to get that far. But I mean, I don't know.
If it does, see. I like, dude, you rarely see me support players over franchises when it comes to draft. You should be saying thank you for the opportunity to play and get paid this money to play that game, and you go wherever the hell you're drafted. I fully believe that. But then past that, yo, you go wherever the hell you want. You're a grown-ass man, you know? Like, or if we're talking WNBA, whatever, like, grown-ass woman, go wherever the hell you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane to me that you draft the guy and you don't want to pay him the set amount that the entire league has agreed to. This is how the pay structure works. You were in those meetings. Everybody agreed to it. What the hell are we doing?
There's something in the water in Ohio that makes you run a terribly run football franchise. I don't know how what goes.
There's a
on
lot
there.
of factories. You know what I mean? There's pollution. You know, so
Yeah.
maybe we need
It's the
some
downstream
going
of
on.
Flint, Michigan.
I 110% have no clue what the hell I'm talking about. That was false. That is satire. Please. The city of Cincinnati, the state of Ohio, do not sue me. I have no clue what the hell is going on there. I've never stepped foot in your state. I don't know if I even plan to at this point, but like, good God, I actually have to go there. Canton, Ohio's there. I'll be there one day. You know what I mean? Like,
Also,
I don't know
I,
what the hell is going on.
I've heard Cincinnati's a pretty fun city in terms of
I'm
like
sure. I'm sure
restaurants and
Cleveland's
bars.
a fun city. I'll go see the Cavaliers. You know, I'll go see a Browns game in 3 years.
I think me and my dad are going to Jets Bengals this year with because I got a cousin who lives in Cincy, so
Oh,
I'll let you guys know if Ohio's real or not.
hey, let's take a drive. Let's crash the
Oh,
party.
yeah,
We'll go to the
yeah,
Baduini
yeah.
household. You know what I mean? We'll
Char-
just invite ourselves.
Me
Why
and
not?
Charlie are thinking about going to Jets Ravens.
Oh,
At
two
the
teams
bank,
I
baby.
couldn't
At the
give
bank.
two damns about. Charlie, why do you want to go see that?
What, the bank?
You don't want to go to that game, buddy.
Dude, I have my goal in life is to go to an NFL game in every stadium in the country.
I will say the bank's
Is
a
it always-
great spot to watch a game, man. It's awesome.
Is it always gonna be the Jets though?
I'm gonna try, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, I get you. I get you. Way better fan than me, like I said. Charlie, that's gonna ruin the whole. That's a belt to ass waiting to happen.
What, Jets Ravens?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I dude, crazy. Who cares? I just
It's
wanna,
football
I
any
wanna
given
see a
Sunday,
game.
man. Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
You know what? I hope the Jets win that game, Charlie. I hope unless you're beating me in pick'ems that week, and I'm just like screw them. Like that's like there's not much. There's a couple of things to get me off support for that, but yeah, dude. And last thing on it, it's not like we're being biased. Like, yeah, Charlie's team's plays in the AFC, but he don't give a damn about
I
Cincinnati.
mean, I'm a Ravens fan.
Ant's
biggest
a Ravens
rival.
fan, so we'll give you that. We'll give you that. I'm a Cowboys fan. You think I give a damn about Cincinnati? They get the washed up has-beens of Dallas every other year before this, where it's just like, hey, thanks for giving Murray and Barber and Pac-Man Jones a chance when they needed it. Thanks for giving Terrell Owens a chance when he needed it. Like, thanks for letting me see those guys pass their prime one more time. I got love for the Bengals. I'm not trying to hate on the Bengals.
I forgot about Adam Pac-Man Jones.
I have been critical of Joe Burrow, and I'll give you that in the past. But like, dude, he's great. Like, at the end
love
of the day,
Joe
he's
Burrow.
great.
I love Joe Burrow.
You know,
He's the only reason why the Bengals are relevant right now. Only reason. If it wasn't for Joe Burrow, that franchise would be 6 feet under.
Jamar Chase.
Well, no, Jamar would be gone because he wants to play with Joe Burrow.
Oh, they still would have drafted him, right? Like, he's got no say in that.
No, he would be
Well, I mean,
leaving in free agency.
I'm sure Joe Burrow was pounding the table for Jamar Chase when he was on the
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Joe Burrow is fighting tooth and nail just to stay afloat right now with Cincinnati. I feel like every other week, Joe Burrow's coming out and just saying stuff about these contract extensions and just saying, we just got to get this done. We just got to get this done. We just got to get this done. I'm just hoping
Fellas,
to get this done.
I know it's negative, but how excited are you for NFL news like this?
Oh, dude, I cannot wait.
Just chomping at the bit right now. It's just like, oh, we're almost there. We're almost
We got like
there.
90
Fellas, I'm not gonna
days.
lie.
2 months.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm afraid of NFL season this year.
Why?
Me and my dad used to watch it all the time. Like that was like it's either at Billy's house or like if I wasn't at Billy's house, I was like not
You're
80%
coming to
of
the
the time.
cave.
Like I'm watching it with my dad.
You're coming
I think
to the
I think I'm probably coming to the cave to be honest with you, because like that first weekend, like it's gonna hit. I'm gonna be like, fuck, dude, like this sucks. Like
You're coming to the cave.
you know, like I expect that to be like I hope it's not, but I expect that like I'm preparing for that to be like God, I just hate being here right now kind of moment.
Well, luckily for us, I feel like, once August rolls around, there's going to be a lot of training camp storylines. There's going to be a lot of quarterback battles for us to talk about. So I think that content train's coming.
I'm ready
Quinn
for it.
Ewers. I got
There's,
nothing for
there's,
you.
there's, there's no
Quinn Ewers is
competition in
coming.
Miami.
He's
There's no competition, dude. Tua's making
Quinn-
$50 million a year.
I know. I was going to say Quinn Ewers is
Until
gonna
his
be the
bell
starting
gets
quarterback
rung
of the Miami
for the first time.
Dolphins. Quinn Ewers is going to be the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins within the next 2 years. That is my ridiculous prediction for the year. There it is.
We'll see.
All
We'll see.
right.
I have no clue from right.
We good?
Imagine I
Alright.
hit that one. You know?
Yeah, we're good. I was going to say, I know we talked about the finals tier list, but I feel like we should wait till after this one's over because
Yeah,
we're going to have
I
to
agree.
factor it in.
I agree.
We
You
have
know what I
no
mean?
clue how
This
it-
one's
like,
starting to
it's
shape
gonna
up to
play
be
out.
an S tier. I think.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It ends up an S tier if Indiana wins, but if OKC wins,
In 7 games?
it falters for me, man. It's not the
no.
like we're talking.
If
No,
they
no,
win
I'm
7
talking-
games, it's an S tier
I'm
finals, man.
I'm not saying that. I'm just sure, but like S tier. If Indiana wins, it's S tier and it instantly shoots to the top of S tier. If OKC wins, it depends on how like it happens. It can falter anywhere between like potentially as low as C
Game
be-
7, it's an
can go up
OT
this
winner
fast.
for OKC. Is an S tier.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
give you that for sure. Like, I'm saying there's a chance to get into S tier. I'm saying no matter what, if Indiana wins, it's a friggin' S tier. Like, that's it, bro. Like, this is ultimate Cinderella story. Like, remember when we were talking about off camera, where it's just like, yeah, I know finals like should be like the biggest story, but that does not make it the biggest story. Like, it becomes the biggest story, and if the Cinderella team gets it done, Thibodeau getting fired is the bigger story to me than the damn finals is. Like, I know it shouldn't be, but that's something that barely ever happens in that fashion. It is the sexy news that's going on. I cannot believe I just equated Tom Thibodeau and sexiness in the same sentence right now. But
Hey,
like,
bro,
you know what I mean? Stop it.
I'm
The
gonna miss
butcher-
that eye candy on the
you're gonna miss the
sideline,
butcher?
baby.
Listen,
I'm-
you know, as a fellow man who shaves his head, shave the damn head, Tibbs.
That's
Shave the damn
dude.
head.
The comb over, he's still rocking that thing, man.
It's got the George Costanza going on, dude. We got to stop this right now.
George.
All right, guys, it has started raining outside. I'm thankfully I'm underneath an umbrella.
Charlie, real quick, can I get like a view of just like that backyard real quick? I love
yeah,
that place.
The pool.
You know, just look at this. Charlie's already winning. Like that right there is what I dream of.
All
right. Well, nice little stogie action going on there. Charlie's in paradise, buddy.
Oh, I'm so glad I decided to do this out here. It's been a little buggy. I'm sure you guys have been seeing me waving my hands around and
Yeah.
flicking things off the screen, but I think it's been worth it. I'm gonna get one of those I'm gonna get one of those candles that like keeps the bugs away, and I might make this a regular thing this summer.
I love it.
You know what? It looks good, buddy, and I wish I was you right now with a stogie because that is beautiful scenery. Yeah, there it is. That's an episode. I want to thank everybody for the support. Dude, season 1.
Shout out season 1.
Shout out season 1. We got a surprise for you guys at the beginning of season 2 next week. A little hint there. Figure it out if you can. But until then, you know, we just want to say thank you. I want to... Damn, dude. Thank you, guys. Like, this is
Special
awesome.
shit, man.
We've had him on. We gotta get him back again. I gotta shout out everybody that supported this. Shout out our man Dorian Alert for taking the time again for that interview. Like, we appreciate it. Shout out everybody that's tuned in. Billy Metzger, buddy, we freaking love you. Every damn episode, this kid has listened to every one of them. Bobby Sticks, thanks for the collaborations, buddy. Thanks for watching the live stream. And anybody else
Angelo.
that's been a part of this journey. Angie, shout out Angie, Gino, the boys, Logan, Anthony, all you schmucks, thank you very much. Anybody from your guys' side, like, you want to shout out, hit it with it. Mad Orth, rest in peace, buddy. Thank you. Pops, thank you. Season 1.
You have been listening to the Mazz and Bad Show with Brandon Marrazzo and Charlie Baduini.